took away my hopes and dreams of going through life and spending my time with the only sister I had.
Those emotional words in court as Benny Adams was sentenced for a second time. Now, at one time, convicted murderer Benny Adams was sitting on Ohio's death row. He was waiting to be executed for a crime that happened more than 30 years ago.
Tonight, 59-year-old Adams is on his way to prison after being sentenced for a second time. 27 First News reporter Gina Tenney was inside court today.
Having already spent the last 9 years behind bars, Benny Adams was back in a Mahoning County courtroom this morning.
Your Honor, this is case number 07-CR-1261, State of Ohio versus Benny Adams.
In 2008, Adams was convicted in the rape, robbery, and murder of then YSU sophomore Gina Tenney 23 years earlier. The victim, who was from Ashtabula, was found in December 1985 floating in the Mahoning River. But authorities say the crimes happened at a duplex on the city's north side where Adams was the victim's downstairs neighbor. Investigators were able to solve the cold case using DNA evidence, and Adams was initially sentenced to death. However, last fall, the Ohio Supreme Court threw out the penalty and ordered the defendant be resentenced. In court this morning, prosecutors read from a letter written by the victim's older sister.
What gave you the right to take her life? Your disregard for human life is heinous, vile, and evil, as are you.
Prosecutors say the victim's parents are now dead and the sister is in poor health herself. But in her letter, Rhonda Tenney Reed warned Adams he'll answer to God for his crimes.
Prepare yourself, Mr. Adams. You will be held accountable by a much higher power than any on this earth. And that punishment will be far worse than the one you will receive here today.
Although the Supreme Court has upheld his conviction, Adams insists he didn't kill Gina Tenney.
I know that we've been to trial and I lost the trial, but the way things were presented, I'm innocent of the crime.
Because the murder happened in 1985, Adams's only possible sentence is 20 years to life in prison, the penalty for aggravated murder at that time. He'll now be eligible for parole in 11 years. In Youngstown, Jerry Ricciuti, WKBN 27 First News.